Make sure it's level.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd Dungeon. It is the clique. Well, I should say part of the clique, the good members of the clique. It's like the Shield minus Roman Reigns when they actually had Kurt Angle. So it'd be like I'm your boy Kurt Angle, Smitty would be Seth Rollins, Bob would be Mox,
Great.
and we
I
would
have an
be.
alcohol problem.
No, you're not. Listen, you're GCW heavyweight champion. That's all good. So, in any event, I would love to introduce our guest for Toy Talks today, Toy Chats. It is our boy DFresh, who is a custom toy designer. Smitty Rock is a huge fan. I will not lie. I am an equally big fan as I have my clock. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just glad you like it.
Dude, your artwork is fire. It is like awesome. I absolutely love it. And I wanted you to know that your biggest fan is sitting right here in this chat. And it's your boy Smitty Rock. So I'm going to ask you, because we treat this as a very informal kind of interview. I never like to make anybody feel like we're always on the spot. Like I got to ask you questions, you got to answer questions. More like we're having a conversation as geeks and nerds amongst each other. So I guess I want to just kind of get a little bit of background about you. What got you into doing the custom toys?
Well, I think quitting smoking.
That's awesome. I like hearing that.
Honestly, I think it was quitting smoking cigarettes because I had nothing to do with my time, and I haven't really painted or even picked up a pencil since I was in high school. And where I live, it's just you have nothing to do. And my girlfriend, she's like, "Why don't you start drawing and stuff again?" And I picked it up, and I seen all these other people making all these custom toys, and I was like, I can do that. Why can't I do that? And I think that's pretty much what got it going, was me quitting smoking seriously.
Yeah. That's good. If you could take a negative and turn it to a positive, I'm always 100% on that. That's how my YouTube channel got started. I mean, I was going through a real bad time. I was married for 10 months, and she decided to leave. And a very unrighteous, horrible, evil bitch that she is, she did me dirt, and I was just sitting at the bottom of the barrel, and I formed my YouTube channel. It was called The Geek Depot. Now it's called just Great Diary of a Geek Dad. And that's how I turned a negative to a positive, dude. And if you could do that, mazel tov, especially something that's affecting your physical health as well as your mental health. You know, I'm always a big proponent for that.
Yeah, so you don't even know. I was 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Coming up here in March, I think it's March 12th, it'll be 8 years that I haven't had a cigarette.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Mazel tov. I respect that, dude.
Thank you.
So you said leaving smoking and getting into picking that up. So what's your art style? Like I see you're tatted up, and I'm tatted up myself, not nearly as much as you, but what's your art style like?
I love cartoons, dude. I love just the simple, plain outline, single color, Charlie Brown, 1950 style stuff. I don't know. That's what I like, but I like doing what other people like too. So I'm always doing different things, or trying to. I really can't say I have one style, but I really dig doing the cartoons mostly. So, of course, you have your clock there.
Yes, I do.
But here's a boo-boo.
Oh, that boo-boo looks so cool. I grew up with boo-boo, so that's awesome. Hey, boo-boo.
Yeah, I like doing this. This is, that old school cartoons, what I grew up with as well. And those are the things that I actually enjoy doing the most. I mean, even if you look at the newer cartoons, some of them are still kind of like the older stuff. It's simple, not a lot of detail, but it's still clean, good artwork. And yes, these are all painted. But even if you look at the newer cartoons, like Rick and Morty, simple, same style, I just love cartoons, I think.
No, that's a really cool thing. Are you inspired by comic books?
No.
Not at all. So
nope.
Simple line, like Snoopy, like Hanna-Barbera.
Yep.
classic stuff that's like very classic, clean, like you said.
Yes, Saturday morning cartoons were my thing. Grape Ape. Remember the races?
Oh
Remember the cart?
yes,
Yes,
Hanna-Barbera races. Yes,
yes, that was it.
Muttley,
Yes.
Scooby Doo. What was it? Oh God, the Speed
Dick
Buggy, the
Dastardly.
Dick Dastardly. Oh my God, we can go down the list of all those. I used to love that stuff, dude. That's my childhood. Jabberjaw.
Yes, Jabberjaw was one of my favorites. Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you even just said that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm 43. Trust me. I'm gonna hit you with some old school. I love those cartoons.
How old do you think I am? By just
Huh?
the
By your
looks.
look,
Yeah.
by your look, I would say you're mid-20s.
Oh my God, Schmitty.
Now, mind you, I'm being nice.
Okay. No, thank you.
Jay is
Really
totally
do.
insulting you right now.
Well, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna be I'm gonna be 41 here in a couple of weeks.
Bless your heart, dude. You tapped the fountain of youth. My kids, when I was teaching in the classroom, my kids used to always tell me, Mr. Saunders, you only look like you're 34, 35. I'm like, oh man, you're so nice. They're like, how old are you really? And I'm like, 35 is fine. You know?
Right. Oh goodness. So also, I guess you guys have who's doing a fundraiser soon? As
Smitty.
Smitty
Well,
is.
I'm working with Dave, who's not part of this group, but we know him from the Funko community. So I have Frank right here.
Oh, Dave.
So Dougie was kind enough to do a piece for Big Dog Dave's Puzzle Pieces Squared auction that's coming up end of March, beginning of April, I think. I get the specific date, but this is Dougie's custom piece for.
Froze up, Smitty.
Smitty, you froze.
He's just starting. He's just
Listen,
doing
we tell
imagine
people.
challenge.
All right, good. You
There
froze
he
up a
is.
little bit.
All right. But yeah, this is Dougie's piece for that, and he was kind enough to get one of his friends to do a piece as well. So I'm very thankful for Dougie, but Dougie's done a number of pieces for me, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen him throughout especially the last 2 years. But
You buy his stuff? Oh, I had no idea.
yeah.
So I've been doing some different interesting things though. I've been trying to get into flocking. So I think
Ooh.
Schmitty has one of the strolls that I flock. Pretty simple, but he's fuzzy. Are you guys familiar with Kill Cats?
I don't
No.
have him near me.
Well, the Kill Cats, they're like little vinyl figurines that look like Kit Kats. I flocked one, so he's kind of moldy.
That was
That
so
is sick.
cool.
So that he's all like literally to touch it won't come off. But this is all fuzzy, just like when you go buy your fuzzy bobbleheads, the flock bobbleheads and stuff.
That's
sick.
dope.
I'm learning, taking time.
No, but that's pretty dope though. Like, see, like, look at that's inventive. I like that you can take something that nobody would really think about and be like, hey, and I shouldn't say nobody. I guarantee you, if you marketed that to like Japan, they would be like, we want DFresh's stuff. Like, you'd have vinyl figures all over the gachapon machines, and dude, because they have things that are like. I watch all these YouTubers that do like stuff all over Japan, and they have underwear vending machines and car vending machines and toy vending machines. Why not have your stuff get out there even like that? Did you ever think about marketing yourself that far, or just kind of keep it like you do it, like your short amount of pieces?
No, I mean, I would love to market it off out there. I mean, but I've never thought I would ever go get that far. I just thought this was just a fun hobby, and it's been taking off fairly well. So I can't complain.
The piece that you and I were talking about, possibly talking to Strange Cat about.
Oh, so This is actually, can I say who's it for?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay, so Smitty sent me 6 new strolls to paint, and one of them is for him, and then one of them is for Dave for a gift for doing this fundraiser.
Nice.
So this is Adi, and I don't know, man. He came out so well.
Dude, that is awesome.
Oh, that is dope.
Sorry if the lighting's pretty bad, but
oh no, it's nice. That looks like something you would see out of like a Godzilla, like I would say like a Toho, like the color style, like or Great Mazinkaiser, like that very simple like 4 or 5 colors, but like you splash in a little bit of a design in there too.
So the basis behind him was autism because of the colors for autism and keeping it simple and vibrant. And that's why he got his name, Adi. I try to base everything, or not base, what I want to say is when I'm working on some of these things, I try to use what's going on around me at the time, or where I work, sometimes people will come in and they give me the inspiration for the piece that I need to work on next. And there was a little boy that came in, and there was something that he was carrying, and I swear it was all these colors. I don't know what it was, but this is what came from it. And I thank that little dude. If I ever see him again, I am going to thank him, but I probably never will. Because that's how it goes when you work in retail. You see a customer once and you never see him again.
It's your muse. That's how you have to look at it. Your muse came in, and as they say in Greek mythology, like the muses would come in, do what they needed to do, and go fade away. So like you got what you needed, that inspiration, which I think is really awesome. I love. To me, I love that. I see the autism colors when you mentioned it to me. I see it, and then I also see something like as an art piece. It inspired other thoughts in my mind of things that I had seen. So it's really like. I want to say that I would call you not just a custom toy designer, but you are an artist, because you did like that piece. And everybody knows I'm a no bullshit, no frills kind of dude. I say it like it is, and people like me or don't love me for it. I don't really care. But I like the fact that you like what I'm saying, because it really is true. Like the minute you whip that out, before I even said anything autism or his name, I'm like, man, that looks like that Mazinkaiser piece I just looked at on Big Bad Toys a week ago. Like I saw the simple colors, and I'm just like, man, it's dope. So if you can do that, that's something that you as a teacher, as a parent, I like that. And I think that it even has more of a meaning for what it's symbolic of.
Thank you. That's
and
awesome.
It's cool that we also hear your level of where you get your inspiration, because that's besides like cartoons and the classic style. Like, do you just use that kind of like everyday kind of occurrences to pull for your inspiration?
Yes. Like, yeah, all right. I guess I had to pull this piece out now.
Well, I wasn't expecting. I like this. I asked a question. We get to see more of his artwork, folks.
So, Schmitty, do you have your paper mache Dunny?
I do.
Okay. So, what the inspiration was, I keep seeing all these people doing hydro dips, and I'm like, I'm not lazy. So, literally, I take the old school comic books, and I literally wrapped him with a whole Tom and Jerry old school comic book.
Oh, wow.
And Smitty's is a newer book. The older books work a lot better, but yeah, I was watching somebody else do art, and I was like, I'm not lazy. Hold on. And yeah, and the comic book shop, they literally give me these comic books for free. So like, I have so many of these, and I have access to so many of these, so I can literally make artwork like this on almost anything.
Right, I'll be right back.
He wants to throw his money at you right now.
So you guys are familiar with Tiny Ghost, correct?
Yes. Smitty has introduced us to them.
Okay, so this is a kind of like I don't know if it's a pass. You're not going to be able to see the glitter in them, but I did a glitter glue on them to see if they would give them a bit of a shine.
Very faintly, I see it.
So, but the tiny ghost dog and cat,
Oh,
and
that's
I wrapped
adorable.
them in the Looney Tunes books as
That
well.
is awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna hide my wallet.
I like to use the old books. The old yellowing, I don't know what it is. It gives it that color. I
It's almost
really
like a natural
enjoy it.
patina.
Right? Yes.
So, and this one is
What's up,
similar,
Dave?
but it's a money. But he did the whole box as well as the figure.
Oh no, that looks awesome.
Oh,
Unbelievably.
That
Yeah.
took some time. I was like, I'm gonna do this whole box. Why not?
No, but see, like that's something so cool. Like it's you see a lot of custom artists and designers put stuff out, and then they do like very minimal. But if you take that extra step and you get because you'll have repeat customers, obviously in Smitty and even in just making us, like I said, like this here, I was like, he knows I love Inosuke. I love the character, and for me to have this, and then JC, our other member, he has it right on the same spot, like right in the wall. Now, mind you, I have a bunch of WWE stuff I have to go through here, but it's usually not blocking that. They all know that ever since I did my new setup, you see my clock,
Yeah.
and then I have a comic book on top of it.
I didn't get a clock. I'm just kidding.
You got a big ass hobgoblin
I
behind
know
your
I
shoulder.
do, but the clock is pretty awesome though.
One
No,
No,
second.
but
let
I saw his Tom and Jerry Dunny, and not this past Christmas, but 2 Christmases ago, I had
Mhm.
him do mine, but I had him do 3 of them. So actually, Dave, who's in the chat now, Dave has one of these, and my other friend, who's a big Batman fan, is Cope Fresh. So Cope and Dave got them for Christmas presents 2 years ago, and then this one I kept. He's not going anywhere.
Now that's the base ghost. Tiny
This is one of the tiny ghost blanks that everybody doodles on and stuff. I have a few doodles out there that people have, but I turned this one into a lamp a few years ago.
Awesome.
There's a few other ones that I did. I did one, oh man, my favorite one that I did is I drilled holes in it, and then I did a clear, but I mixed black glitter in with it. So when it lit up, it looked like the Charlie Brown ghost. Like, yeah.
Oh.
If you don't know, I'm a huge Charlie Brown fan.
I can see your calendar behind you.
Well, it gets deep with the Charlie Brown stuff, man. That's actually one of my oldest collectibles that I have.
Really?
Yes. It still works. My oldest collectible. I've been offered a lot of money for it. I refuse to give it, but it is actually a Snoopy Whistle. It still works. This is from '67. Wow. My father found this for me at a yard sale, and the lady didn't know what she had. And he gave it to me for Christmas the one year, and I cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't even think my dad knew what he gave me. But yes, no, this is my oldest collectible. I love it. I will cherish this for life. If I ever pass, this is the one collectible that will go to the grave with me. Not all the other ones. I don't care. They can go wherever, do whatever, go to a new home. This one goes with me because it was from
that's
my dad.
amazing. Yeah, that's dude. That is. I think the only thing I could even say I have that's that old, is a collectible, but it's more sentimental, would be my blanket, my baby blanket. That's not. And my wife is already saying, "Oh God."
So
Yeah,
just sitting right
dope.
here behind me, I have.
Man,
Hold
look
on.
at this nostalgia.
Oof.
This is the hard one to find, the one in the blue shirt. And each one of them do have their thermoses.
That is awesome.
Dude.
I love
I
the
love
Charlie
it.
Brown.
I love it. I love seeing a collector that actually is into like the one singular fandom and goes so deep into it. It's that you'll have like the odd, probably like you have like probably oh god, what were those like like color forms?
I
Do
know
you
you're
have any?
talking about, but I don't have those.
Oh man.
So
but-
all my Charlie Brown stuff is going to be super vintage, or the stuff that you got, like the jelly jars, or the glasses that you got from McDonald's. You know, but
Or
all my
the ice maker, this little snow cone maker.
I've been looking for one of those. I had one at one point, but I lost it in my one move. I don't know what happened to. Yeah, lost a lot of stuff in that move. Lost some baseball cards. Lost some comic books. Some other things, but that was the big thing that I lost. Yeah. Since we're on the Charlie Brown thing, my friend Missy, she got me this for Christmas.
That is nice. So you got a slabbed peanuts. See, Bob, this is in your wheelhouse too, because you like
Yeah, I
slabs
know.
of old stuff. That looks cool.
You like slabs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's our slab. He's our relative. He's
Yeah,
our
but
slab guy.
He's more our older, like old school comic kind of, like that whole older comic kind of. Oh, yeah.
Smitty asked me to bring this out. So this year at New York Comic Con, you always hear about somebody winning the big prize, but you never see it. You know what I mean? I lost it, dude. I cried for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I could not control myself. I actually won the grand prize at Torpedo Comics booth. So, all right.
Oh, that is beautiful. And
it's
7.5.
autographed. So if they're not comic book fans or don't know what this is the first appearance of Clark Kent and Sand Creature. This is not the very first Superman. All right, everybody thinks, oh my gosh, that's the Superman #1. It's a Superman #1 from a different series, but it's the first appearance of Clark Kent when he got his identity and started working at the news.
Yeah, the Daily Planet.
Yes.
Yeah. I
That is
probably
nice.
would have stroked that if I won that.
I lost it, and I was dressed as Charlie Brown at the time too.
Lucy should have walked up to you at the psychiatric booth and just been like, "Here, give me a dollar, I got you." Wow.
This is probably this is my prized possession of my slabs.
Yeah, I'm not going down that route. Like, I would love to go down that rabbit hole.
Video
No,
going
you gotta go-
around in the Fiends chat of
You gotta have one,
him
Jerry.
crying, like literally breaking down, almost hyperventilating, crying.
See, I won't lie. I would agree. I think something like that would move me emotionally if I won something like that. A piece that like if it's a slab for me, I think the slab would have to be something from Batman or Captain America, possibly even Spider-Man. Like if I had like if I had this comic book when I was in my teens, Torment #1, the gold foil cover, which was the Todd McFarlane cover of Peter Parker, or I should say Spider-Man, where he had lost his powers, but he's sitting in the traditional pose that everybody knew, the typical McFarlane pose, and it was just gorgeous. And that was like the one comic that I had destroyed when my friend had he was holding stuff for me when I moved from Virginia up to New York. Oh my god, it just like he had a hole, just like his pipes froze and whole
That
room
sucks.
of all my stuff, my leather boots, leather jacket destroyed. Didn't care about those things, but when I saw most of my comic books that were destroyed and that was in it, I was just like, I said, I vowed if I ever got that I would get slabbed. So I do respect that. So there's my one I would get, Bob.
So you're a Spider-Man fan?
Yes, big time.
I drew this.
Ooh. Do I gotta send you my naked cover? I got a bunch of naked covers sitting in a box.
I got a lot of pencils and markers ready to be used.
Oh, see, you can't tell us that.
Heck yeah, no, I've been wanting to do a couple of
If
book
I just
covers.
find that slab, I would be done with.
Yeah, it's your slab that you want, the Dead
Yeah.
Superman.
Oh man, I have that book.
Yeah, he wants that. He wants that slab.
I've
That's
already
like,
had that book growing up.
Dude, that thing is in such horrible condition.
I mean, he already said he just wants it. What was the grade you said you would even take on it?
I don't care. You know, I mean that like that cover was like pretty much was my childhood. I can remember like walking around the comic book store and seeing that promo in the window and getting that comic book, and then getting the next one with him coming back to life, and the black sealed bag and the white sealed bag and all that stuff. Like that's my childhood.
I think it's all of our childhoods, because I remember my dad. He had picked me up from school one day and was like, I was like, Dad, the Superman came out. And there was a comic book store in New York I used to go to called Dragon's Den. And
I remember that.
I was gonna say, you should remember that for you, because you lived in the same area as me. And my dad drove us all the way up there, and there was like one left, and it was $50. So he bought it, and then we went to like a random comic book store in the Bronx, and he got me the other 4 books, and then he got me the white cover for like $25. And I had them all, and I never opened them up. I had eventually found another black cover for like cover price, and I opened it just so I could get it, so you could put the black band around your arm. Yes, I was that level of nerd. I went to school.
Hell yeah, man.
I had the little, I was like, R.I.P. Clark. R.I.P. But yeah, and that's my childhood, dude. Like, I love that. And I mean, I guess one of the questions that could lead us into, since I know you said you like to draw comics, do you actually get a booth at cons? And like,
No.
did you ever think of doing that?
Smitty, Missy, bunch of my friends, they're all like, why don't you have one of these? And even Chrissy Zullo, if you know who she is, the statue's comic book drawer, I showed her my clocks that I do. And she was like, that is the most unique idea that I've ever seen. And she's seen some of my workings, and she was like, why don't you have a booth down here? So it's my 3-year goal. If I'm gonna do it, though, I'm gonna do it at New York Comic Con.
Yeah, you gotta go big. Go big.
Like what I said, but like Missy's saying she needs to send you a Harley cover. Bori's saying you kill it with the covers.
I mean, dude, that Spider-Man. If I wish I could find a Miles Morales naked cover that I could have him do just like a created like Miles, because Miles Morales is my favorite. Like,
so what we can do is we can cross out Spider-Man with like a black mark or something, and then put Miles underneath it, and then just have Miles hanging off of it, or like Miles's mask, like in a hand, or just even his boot. Like something differently and unique. Like, it's no more Spider-Man, it's Miles now.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like I don't like Peter Parker. I just like, and Smitty knows this. It's like he laughs because I know he's laughing. I'm a kid that grew up with Superman, Captain America, and when I didn't have a character that looked like me, and finally they gave me Miles Morales, and I was like, a character that looks like me, except I don't have a fro, and I'm not that dark. But you gave me a Hispanic hero, and I love him. And I'm full in on him. Like I've loved him in Into the Spider-Verse. I want him. When I got my PlayStation 5, first game I bought, didn't even have to think twice about it, was like getting this game. And I like absolutely love the character. So I will definitely, I think I have one naked Spider-Man cover. We will talk. We will talk.
Okay.
Afterwards. So
No,
folks,
not a problem.
look at this. This is how you know this gentleman already befriends me, by going right in there and says, we'll cross out that Spider-Man and we'll put Miles. I like the way he thinks. I like it. Oh. So you mess around with toys by making them and designing your own. Do you actually buy any toys besides Charlie Brown?
Show it. Go
All right.
ahead. Do it. These guys are former and Bob still collects Funko. So yeah, show 'em.
Where do you want to start?
You tell me what you want. This is your show. Jesus Christmas.
24 piece count red chrome.
Oh no, we're
Hold
just
on.
warming up. We're just warming up here.
Oh dear.
Oh, the big fuss of Freddy Funko Genie.
Yikes.
Snap metallic. The brothers. I only brought 6 pops out. Because we would be here forever.
If you guys look at the chat,
It's blowing up. I'll look at it in a second.
Show those ponies, and Melissa's like, and Missy's just like,
Oh.
just wait, there's more.
Yeah, okay. Now, if you want to talk about the ponies, like I would have to be running back and forth for like an hour.
You're a pony?
I love the
Oh.
original My Little Ponies vinyls from Funko. I like color. I love the vibrant color, the cartoon. Like they're single, they're solid one color, but they're bright, they're vibrant. Yeah, I have almost every single one of those.
Nice.
I'm missing like 6, and of course it's the really, really expensive ones. And then I have Jason Freeney's 2 ponies, where he cuts them in half and you see the skeletons. I think.
Oh
those
yeah,
are the ones.
the X-rays. I love X-rays.
Yeah, I think those are the ones Missy's are talking about. I didn't bring those ones out, Missy. I'm sorry. Rebecca's in there sleeping. She's got to go into work at 2 a.m, so I can't be running in and out of there. So sorry.
No, that's okay.
But big Charlie Brown fan, of course. So
Oh man.
hold on. I said I brought 6 pops out. Right.
Yes, you did, sir.
Red shirt, 24 piece count.
Wow.
Orange shirt, 24 piece count. Complete set. Freddy Funko, Charlie Brown's.
Yikes. I can't. I'm glad I got out the game when I did.
Why?
I can't compete.
What do? You got a phone real quick? Go on eBay real quick and Google this.
Oh, I don't even. I could guess.
They're not
Yes,
mine.
I am.
They're not yours.
They're not mine to have
fine.
them up for sale. I just want you to see what a set of this is selling for right now.
Fine. Common Black Panther. Bam.
No, and
Oh.
Dougie brought those to one of our meetups and showed them to me, and I was just like,
Good googly.
Can I touch the protector, please?
Yeah. there goes Dre.
There's a jaw drop.
Did you?
That's like 3 of my car.
Right?
3 of my cars for the 3 he just showed me $44,000.
No, Missy, he's not selling them.
Yeah, right. That might be another one that would like go to the grave with me, but knowing what they are, I would love them to be in another person's home. So those 3 there, just pay for the funeral expenses. Get the kid to college.
Exactly. Get the kid to college. Pay for my funeral. And the only piece I have that's even remotely has a sentimental value to me, and these guys know, and it's the only Funko I will probably never. I'll never part with is this one. Kevin Conroy.
Heck yeah, dude.
I met him and he signed this for me. And then my best friend who was with me, she didn't have anything to get signed. And she was like, Dre, what do I do? And I'm like, dude, your purse is a Batman purse I got you for Christmas. Have him sign that. So he turns and looks at her and goes, well, this is something new. I've never signed a purse before. And I was like, that was the coolest moment. And then, of course, the guy after us, we all got to stay around him. He basically asked for him to leave a voicemail as old Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond. I was like, That's yes, Wicked. I'm done, like hands down.
Touche, you win.
I was like, thank you, con. The rest of the con could have sucked for me, and it did not. Well, it actually kind of did because Jerry the King Lawler's son passed away, and he left. But like, I think that con just to meet Kevin Conroy and the same convention, there was the Little Mermaid's voice actress was there. Like so many of like my nostalgia pieces that like were a part of my childhood. To like for a long time, even with my wife now, for a long time, that was my profile picture was me and Kevin Conroy. It was even when we were dating. She's like, and I'm like, yeah.
That ain't going nowhere.
I mean, I've met a lot of people as like running into people and meeting them at conventions, but like that was like I think by far the best thing I've ever had. Like, come on, man, you can't beat Kevin, iconic voice. Like
Right.
Mark Hamill. If I had Mark Hamill's signature on a Joker pop, and then the same year I went to Dragon Con and I got Harley Quinn signed to my best
snap.
friend. So I met Tara Strong of My
Okay.
Little Pony fame. So to any of the people that love her, I was like, she is by far the shortest little woman I've ever seen. Like her
She's
table
like
was
5 foot. Like,
dude, my wife is like 5'2", and the table was like on a and 3/4. Yeah, she claims that 3/4. Let me tell you, folks, she holds that.
Yeah, she did that when she married you.
I know. Listen. I'm 6'1". 5'2" and 3/4. She holds that. She's like, that's my 3/4. Damn it, I'm gonna hold it. But yeah, she was like on the dais, and then like she had like these platform heels, and she took a picture, signed it. I put it in a pop stack, and I was like, man, she's so cool. And then of course she had somebody. She thanked me in like the Harley voice, and I was like, what a win. Like it's not even for me, but thank you. I mean, you get that moment, and I can tell you probably have had those moments if it would like
one big one. My favorite one would have to be Alan Tulik. K2SO.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that. Wait, where's he at? I guess
stood in line, of course, for that long period of time, and I seen everybody like getting their pop sign and all this other stuff, and he was using Sharpies. And I was like, have you people never been and got an autograph before? So I'm sitting there shaking up the paint pen, like making sure it's leaking, getting it ready. I walk up there and I'm like, here you go. And he was like, ooh. And he signed it. He was like, oh my gosh, I love this pen. And I was like, use it for the rest of the show. Like, it's yours. Keep it. Like, So I gave him a pen that he signed everybody else's stuff through the rest of the show because he liked it better than everything else. Yeah, come on, people, get on your game. Paint pens, come on.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's funny because I've been watching a lot of YouTubers lately that have been kind of going down that route, like that they're building pieces for their collections. I'm going to use What's Poppin' Seth. We're going to be having him in 2 weeks on the show, and his big thing is autographed wrestling figures. And he went and bought the paint pen, and he's like making sure that the colors are right so it doesn't like clash, so you can actually see the autograph and then get it graded.
Yes.
To keep it. And I think that that's something that I wish I did with this. Like, I wish I could have gotten this graded and like certificate of authenticity, but then I was like, you know what? I don't need to. I know I met Kevin Conroy. Like, I met Kevin Eastman the year before.
Oh, heck yeah.
And it's like, I could have had a picture with him, but does it really matter to anybody? Like, no, my friend went and had all the Ninja Turtle Pop signed, and would I love to meet him now? Yes, sign my last Ronin issue 1. Smitty, give me that variant cover. You don't need that. I'll get that signed by him.
But Trey,
so a big thing for anybody out there that go ahead, Smitty.
I was going to say, depending on the con, the certifiers are right there.
Yeah,
I mean, at Raleigh they didn't have
for the
Con they did, and also at Atlanta Comic-Con
for Awesome Con. In DC. The George Takei I got. They were right there. I went from Takei's booth over to there, paid him the $10 and got it certified. New York. I don't know if they're. I don't know where they are in NYCC, but
Basement.
A lot of the cons they usually have them some, you know, those certifiers will have a booth, and it's cheap because they know it because they're seeing all of those signatures right there. I mean, it's super
Yeah, it's not that
quick.
hard to verify it when it's like,
Yeah.
oh wait, he's literally right over there.
Oh,
Right.
the paint's still wet on that. It's got to be real.
Right?
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, and the paint pens are the way to go. I mean, all of mine that I've gotten are paint pens, but Dougie's right. I mean, you get it, you test. I mean, if it's a brand new pen, you bleed it and you get it the tip all set up like the night before, and then I always bring a piece of cardboard with me, so that I'm prepping the pen, and right before I go up, I bleed it so you don't get a big paint blob when they first go to start signing it. You bleed
Scribble
it
on the
out.
board too.
Yep.
Scribble on the
bleed it
board
out,
before you hand
scribble
it to
on
them.
and then boom, and it's smooth, and and you get your colors to either match your box, the cover of
That's what I was about to say. Yes.
Nice.
So that's the thing. When you know you're going to get something done, go get a test box. Buy another pop if you're using a common one or something like that. Or go get one that you know it has the same color schemes. Draw on there. See which one you like best. But stay away from black. Stay away from dark blue. What's good in colors? Pink, yellow, white, light greens. But stay away from your dark colors, and they will pop so much better. But yes, go spend $5 on a paint pen. Put the Sharpie away. Even use your paint pens on your photos, dude. Just let them dry before you put them in your frame or something so they don't smear. But they come out so much better. The autographs look so much cleaner. Paint pens are the way to go.
And it's true because like I have to admit, like for that one I did not have a paint pen, but I was so nervous I bought a Sharpie like right there in like Raleigh. I was just like dude, it was meeting Kevin Conroy. I was like, oh my god, what do I do?
But
And I get up there, he went like this, like he's like, nope. And homeboy took his paint pen that was the same color, and he knew what he was doing. And I just sat there grinning from ear to ear, like I was just like, yay, he signed it for me. Could care less that I with everything you guys are saying, he did. He bled it. I saw him do everything before he got on there. Made sure this is who I'm signing it for. I walked around with the damn thing to dry in the air, keeping it like above my head so nobody bumped me. Because people do not have any etiquette at cons. I can go down a whole gamut of I hate when people at cons with no etiquette.
Well, if you're going to go to a con and you're going to get a pop autographed after it's dry, get a pop. All right. Yep. Nope. Okay. Get a pop stack. Go buy a pop stack. Buy a sleeve. Put it in there, just to protect it. Like they're gonna scratch if you don't. I take it from somebody that screwed up a couple of times. Like even. Oh man, I'm not. No, we're not gonna go. I had to go back. Let's just say, hey man, I kind of, and do you mind if and you read? Yeah, just give it here. We wiped the whole thing off and redid it. I was like, yes, wow. I'm an idiot.
No,
I'm an idiot.
I can imagine, like, I just got this. I would have lost my shit.
Bossk from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's who I did that to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
A little embarrassing.
Are you a fan of Ian McDermott?
Yeah.
Because he's going to be at what was it? ICCC. Mm-hmm. They got him signed up, and I know Josh Pence was just talking about him, and I was like, ooh. I mean, I very few people I know like are diehard Star Wars collectors that are like I know that are going, but when you just drop Bossk, I was like, maybe he knows about that. Like Ian McDermott's going there.
If I would have a chance to meet another Star Wars character, I would try to meet Carrie Fisher's daughter. I think that would probably be it. I met Alan Tudyk. He was my favorite one. I'm sorry. He's the only robot that actually had character. Like,
Oh yeah, K2SO made the movie.
out of all the Star Wars movies, Rogue One is my favorite. I don't care what anybody
was one of their
says.
better ones.
It was the biggest sacrifice. Like that was. They all knew that they were all gonna die, and they knew it. You know. Yeah. It's
Well, are
just
you
a lot.
excited about Cassian? About us getting the Cassian series?
Yes.
So see right there, at least we're gonna get it to live on. We still know how it's gonna end. Meaning you guys can go 10 seasons. We all know he's gonna die in Rogue One. But give me some more K2SO. He was one of my wife got him for me for Christmas. I missed out the first wave of these, and I remember Bandai America released the model kits, the 1/12 scale model kits. And I was like super ready. I was like, ooh, I'll scoop it up. Barnes and Noble sold out of it. It was like $24. They sold out. Found it at Christmas. Those. Hey, baby girl. No? Okay.
Yes, she sounds like the middle schoolers. Good morning. No.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's a teacher. And then my daughter, my little toddler's running around. My other one went to sleep. She'll get on the show eventually. Everybody gets to see the Geek Baby. She always shows up. But when she feels like it, not when I want her to. Pretty much like a teenager.
I'm surprised mine's not on my lap right now. I have a little fluffy one. And he will just jump into everything. I'm surprised he hasn't walked in front of the camera.
Oh, they all. Trust me. My friend has a little puppy that does the same thing. That like I'll talk to him on a Zoom call, and he's like, boom, the puppy's just like, I'm here, hi, hi, and he's just sitting there like, get out of my face.
He might come over if I call him.
See, folks, we're more than that. We're more than that. We just don't talk about geek stuff.
I also want to highlight for. Dougie is multi-talented, so I know all of the guys. Bob and
my wife loved that pin. She thought that was
both
dope.
Have one of these.
Oh, hey. Everybody, you see those right there? If you want one of those, first 10 people that go to my Instagram, DFresh Funko Fran, and message me, I will send you a mystery box. First 10 people.
Folks, do it. Get on your phones because we can do it too. We're gonna do it. Watch, I'm gonna be the first one. Y'all gonna be behind me. Y'all, I'm already on him. I'm already there. Oh. But see, I think you have such a unique style with what you do, and that's what I like. Like I saw that crest, and I was like, dude, I would love something like funky like that because I've seen my crest for at Renaissance Festival. I saw what my crest was for Saunders, and I was like, this is the lamest thing. An elephant. When the hell was an elephant ever in Europe that was like in the Middle Ages?
Oh, Schmitty. We got some words for you about that pin.
I'm interested. Let's get these words. I want to hear it.
Man, so I'm going to leak it out, and I don't care if he gets mad at me for this, but he had me hold 10 of those back, and I had to strip them, and I'm making 10 custom pins, and I'm doing mono, so white lightning bolt, gray cloud with the black NAF. It is the biggest pain in my ass that I have ever done with artwork. I'm never doing a custom pin ever again. No. Whoever does this, congratulations to you. Keep doing it because I'm not.
You heard it here, folks. You have heard it here, folks.
This is why Dougie is one of my absolute favorite artists. I mean, he has gone above and beyond for, like I said, he's done, he did 3 Batman dunnies for me. He did the Boba Fett money. He's done my gargoyle.
That's one of my favorite pieces.
He
Sculpted he sculpted major parts of this off the base. including the wings. You know, he's done custom, you know, the gargoyle, you know, all of those are custom orders that, you know, I'm like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? I mean, he's even done.
What else did I do? Like, gee, oh yeah, I did that. I'm like, what else did I do?
Hey, listen, this
He's
is the
done
best.
a
This is the best
custom,
free man. When you
yeah,
have a fan
tech for
of
me.
your work, look at this.
Right?
I got this. I got this. This is a showcase of you, dude.
Thank
That's
you.
why I want. When we came up with this concept, right, for the show idea, Smitty was like, he hit me and was like, Dre, I got them. Let's get them on the show. I want Dougie. I want this. I want that. I was like, all right, let's make it happen. You spearhead it, dude. Me and him were on here before you guys got on, and I'm saying this before, like blowing up the chat now. He was like, I got everything ready, Dre. He was just literally within his
was
arm's
giddy.
reach, dude, like a freaking Dr. Octopus. To like, yo, I got like this, and I got this, I got this. And it's just so cool to see that level of fan because we don't see that. You know, as you an artist, you get to feel that when you have somebody get your pieces in their hands. So this has got to be very humbling and very, very honoring to you in a lot
More
of
than
ways.
that,
You get to
it's kind
see
of
that,
overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming. I was very nervous about this today.
I hope
So
I hope it made
nervous
you
that,
comfortable.
oh man, so nervous today. Work was the longest day ever. Like, no, I'm comfortable. Yes, no, everything's awesome. I just never thought that my artwork was something that somebody wanted to hang on their wall. You know what I mean? And the more and more that I do it, the more and more people keep reaching out to me. Hey, I want this up. You know, hey, can you help me out? And I'm not going to stop. You know, I don't care now. Because my own attitude and my own problem is what keeps me from doing more. I have to keep telling myself, this don't suck, and keep going, or I'll just stop. And I'm telling you, like, the 50 million steps that go into artwork to like, oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, all right. All right. And then, woo, you know, that feeling is actually satisfying. And I'm glad I found it. I mean, it took me forever to actually find it. You know, it was my late 30s. But I got to thank my two bosses, Tim and Holly Golder. They're the reason why I'm honestly doing this full time now. When I'm at work, if I have nothing to do, she encourages me to paint, draw, do all this stuff. And without them, half this stuff wouldn't even be done.
And that's amazing to hear because you have to, when you have somebody that's not even like a patron, like Smitty would be, like if we were talking Middle Ages, Smitty would be your patron and you would be, you're just doing this great work, right? But I think that moreover, when you have a support group and they are putting into that fire in you and they keep throwing the wood on it, like, come on, man, don't let that fire go out. I'm gonna tell you, just knowing Smitty as long as I've known him, I've rarely ever seen him get this passionate. And I mean, yeah, I've seen him get passionate about certain things, and Lord knows when I get under his skin and I piss him off, I get a different kind of fire. But I like hearing that you don't see it, but other people see it in you, and we're our own biggest critics. We're always the ones that are going to tear ourselves down. When I first started YouTube years ago, I remember watching my videos and I was terrible. People were like, but you're so gregarious. You love being in front of a camera. You're a teacher. You're used to it. No, I'm used to spitting rhetoric that I know. And when you have to suddenly now plan and go into the steps and then edit and then re-edit, then it does take a toll on the brain, and it's a creative process. It's different than yours, but it's still a creative process.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I respect it. Like they know I play Dungeons and Dragons, and I love it. if you, I'm a big D&D nerd. We could talk forever about D&D.
I'm gnome, buddy. I am so gnomish. Like, show me
no,
something shiny, brother. Oh man, like.
See, this even makes me happier to hear this. But when I come to making a D&D setting,
Mhm.
I remember my friend Josh. He lives in New York,
Inspiration for him.
artist. Exactly. My friend Josh said that everybody draws inspiration from what they love, what they know. And he's like, Dre, you love Asian stuff. You love anime. You love all that stuff. Why don't you build your world on that kind of premise? And I grew and just built and built and built. And then my friends started playing it, and they're like, "We don't want to stop playing it, Dre. Like, come on, give us the next thing. Let's go to the. We finished this adventure. It took us 3 months. Let's go do another one." And I'm like, I can't top what I just did. Give me some time. I had like planning, and I think that's where you start seeing where people enjoy what you do, and now you're like, damn, I gotta do it again. I gotta top what I just did. Shit, that's hard. But you're up for the challenge, and I think that's something that we all have to keep striving for. As a teacher, I would tell my students that as just a dad, as a male, adult male, I try to make sure I don't slack off and try to strive to be a better man. So I think that's awesome to hear that you deal with that kind of inner struggle, but you see people support you besides Smitty and the rest of the community, but you have that fire still burning.
Oh gosh, yeah. No. Since I got 4 more strolls here to show off, if you want.
Keep going.
All right. All right. Well,
while you're getting ready to show those, it's funny because you say that, but I've had I call it the privilege, but like Dougie will run stuff by me. Like I know when he was working on a clock for a friend of ours, he was doing a big Jack Skellington, and he kept sending me pictures like every other day. Like, how does this look? Is this progressing right? Does it look right? Is it, and the Spider-Man cover that he did, he was like, does this look right? And I'm like, dude, that looks amazing. Even the early starts of the sketching and stuff was like, I was like, dude, you're knocking that out of the park.
Thank you.
You are, dude. You really are. Like just seeing that Spider-Man cover, and I'm a diehard comic book fan. Like I think each one of us brings something very cool to our collective click group, and like for me, I know I am like a very big comic book fan. I love artwork. I have artwork actually designed by a teacher. I went to Raleigh SuperCon and I got this picture done of Storm and Black Panther when they were married. And I'm sitting there and the guy's talking to me and I find out he's a social studies teacher, just like I was. And he taught high school. And I was like, I taught high school, but I teach middle school now. And he's like, dude, I'm using this money to buy stuff for my kids in the classroom, dude. He didn't even have to tell me that the money was already on the table. I was like, I just want the artwork, but here, even moreover, use this to fund for whatever you're doing for your kids. Like, I love that idea that a teacher was at a convention selling his artwork for stuff that he loved to fund his classroom to do what he loved in the classroom with his kids.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So what were you going to tell me about Black Panther and Storm?
I want to see that picture.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'll go get it.
That just sounds awesome. I remember that comic book. Like, how many of them were there? Like 10 of them or something? I forget. But that was a really cool story of Storm and Black Panther being married. Anybody out there who's never read it, you should. It's a good one.
It was hanging up on the wall, but it was easy to pull off.
That's awesome work.
Yeah, this guy was, I think he was like he taught in an inner city school in Raleigh and was social studies. He was a social studies history teacher, and he was an older black guy. I mean, he had to be like sitting in at that time. This was a couple of years ago. He was like in his early 50s, and he was just doing this for fun, just for fun.
Yeah, no, so this is just for fun for me.
Exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
Jesse came in late. He wants to see the cover.
The
Spider-Man cover.
Oh, Yep, I can bring that back.
And Marissa says, yeah, her Jack Skellington clocks are most prized possession.
Thank you. So this stroll is called Cranes in a Red Night. This is Schmitty's. He's keeping this one.
You gotta wait till you gotta show it when Dre comes in. He's gonna freak out.
That's it.
Oh shit! Doo-doo. Sorry. Dre's not here.
Show the other one. Show the shop one. The shop inspired.
That one?
Yep. Yeah, show that one.
No one cares about your flash plot, JC. Get back to school or work.
This is shop inspired. I work in a hippie shop, so lots of glassware, smoking items, crystals. This is from the shop. This is literally what the shop inspired me to do the one day. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, all of the ones that I'm like, man, I'm like, I'm so mad I only negotiated 2 out of the 6.
So the last red one, I don't know how he's going to come out. I'm already kind of iffy about it. But again, worst critic. I'm going to base him off of Lockjaw, off of He-Man. So he's going to have one eye, the helmet, the bottom jaw, the shoulder pad with the one arm. I mean, he's still going to have a stroll arm, but it's going to be kind of designed after what Lockjaw has.
Nice. You'll get a lot of interest with that one. We know a lot of He-Man Masters of the Universe fans.
Then I have another one like Audie coming out, but the colors are different. Comes off more like he's like a piece of candy. So I think I might call him Mr. Sweets. I don't know yet. There's a couple of them I'm working on. And then your mom that I'm going to be working on, I'll tell you the idea that I have for it.
Sorry to interrupt. The baby wanted to say hi to everybody.
No, you're fine. Hi!
They're saying hi to you, Rory. She says hi. The geek baby has said hello. She was having a little bit of a meltdown, so Daddy was trying to help Mama. No, I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
It's all right, boo. And this is my wife. She's amazing.
Hello.
Okay.
So I apologize. So what's this cover that Smitty says I had to see? Because I heard everything. I didn't.
Oh,
I muted
okay.
my
So
mic.
we'll rewind what happened. He just wanted me to re-show this cover
Love
because
it.
someone jumped in and wanted to see it. And then I showed one of the strolls, took it back, brought another one out. This one is the shop-inspired one from where I work. I work at a hippie shop. Lots of glassware, smokable stuff, crystals. And I don't know, this is what I got from it that one day.
That looks
And-
dope. Oh, the chakras.
It,
Wow.
more the sun rotation on it, everything, Lots of cool stuff here. All right. This one, Schmitty is keeping himself. This one is called the Red Cranes in a Red Night, but it's the silhouette piece. So you have your tree, but as you rotate it around, you'll start seeing the leaves coming off the tree with the one crane on the bottom and the other crane on top, flapping his wings, and the reason why the leaves are spreading across.
Dude, that is such a very beautiful piece. Like I could see that done. I could see that like in like a cool Japanese restaurant.
Thank you. This one is also another shop-inspired piece, but this is more about elements. This one is called Earth. So It's really hard to see. There's pink swirls on here as well.
That is so freaking cool.
But then, yeah, so the way the clouds are in his eye, but the way the swirls represent the leaves and the earth and the elements. Yeah. But this piece, I don't know. I really like this one. I don't know where this came from, if I've seen this somewhere or whatever, but this is probably one of my new favorite pieces that I just did.
I like it. It has a very 80s inspiration to me.
Yes, I am an 80s kid, and
I feel like I should be listening like the Take On Me. Like just have that like spinning on a plate with that playing in the background. Exactly.
do it.
See what I'm saying, folks? That's when art inspires you like that, dude. That's the first thing that popped in my head was like, take me on. That's dope.
I need to seal all these yet. None of them are sealed, so I put a clear coat over top of them. But so then this way, the paint doesn't get chipped when I ship it or get to other people to their homes and whatnot. But they'll all get shipped out. A couple of these will get shipped out to Smitty soon after I get them sealed. It's got to be nice out. Can't seal stuff when there's snow on the ground.
Oh yeah, we had our snow and it melted within a day.
Oh no, we've had snow the past couple days, and I think there's supposed to be another inch tonight or another dusting, they call it.
Yikes. Well, here I live in Charlotte. I'm from New York originally, from the Boogie Down, from straight up in the Bronx. But I've lived in Charlotte now a while, over a decade, well over a decade, and I love the weather here because when it snows, it's not like New York where it stays around for 3 weeks. It literally we snow and then it disappears as if it never snowed the day before.
Yeah, not here in PA, man. Not here in PA.
Oh no, you guys get like, hi, it has snowed. I'm stuck. Calling into work frozen, hypothermic.
And I walk to work in it every day.
Oh my God, don't do that to yourself.
Oh, I have a car. I have a pedal bike. I would prefer to walk in. I would prefer to walk to work than drive and try to park downtown.
Whee!
That's the issue. Trying to park downtown. I will walk in the snow and change my shoes before trying to park down there, especially on a Friday.
That's like going in New York. I used to take the subway everywhere. People would always tell me, Dre, drive. Are you stupid?
Right?
It's like, you're stupid. What is that?
Oh, that's one of my rat pins. That is, I usually try to do something for New York Comic Con every year because that's the con that I go to. So, that was, what year was New York Comic Con canceled? 2020?
Yeah.
So that was 2019. And then
Wow.
2018 will be the green one that you have, Schmitty. And
Did
then
you do?
No, I only have the one color.
no, the other green pin.
The
crest.
the ECC one, yeah.
Yes. So that would be my first one. And then yes, the apple would be the second one.
I don't have the apple. That's the one I don't have.
No, you have. Yeah, you do. The rat with the apple. You just don't have There is a chase to that one. There is a rat. He has a green apple, and there's only 25 of those pins in the world.
I don't have the chase to that. But Dougie gave me it sent me 2 of these. I sent one to a friend of mine over in Scotland.
Ooh, my shit's in Scotland? Nice.
Look at that.
Because
Look at that.
Yeah, Stephen Carey. He had me get him the Pizza Rat pop. So as a extra little bonus for Steve, and I was like, hey, my buddy designed a rat pin. I'm gonna send it with you. He's like, what?
That's
like,
awesome.
dude, that's awesome.
That's cool.
That's very cool. I like that you have the unique designs. Is there are you doing anything for this upcoming convention season? Like I said, I know you say you do something for New York City Comic Con. There's a big one here called Heroes Con that's like kind of it's not anywhere near the level of NYCC, but it is definitely like a big convention here, actually run by a comic book store,
Hmm.
local to here. And I've met the guy who did Ghost Spider, Rob. I want to I want to say Rodriguez. He's a Spanish guy. He actually I bought 4 prints from him, and they're all signed. My daughter has one hanging in her room, and then my wife and I each have one. I think we bought one for a friend, but I can't remember. They run it and they always do something big every year, and they always get like big name artists like that are local to Charlotte
Hmm.
and that have done like stuff for like Marvel. But like I never see any good merch for them. Like I'm like Heroes. Why are you guys don't like have a generic superhero that like you guys can like put a pin, put on a T-shirt? Because I've been here for several years. I would have bought. I've gone to it at least 4 times. If you got me a T-shirt, I would have bought a T-shirt. If it was a pin, I'm a pin collector. I'd put it on a cork border on a vest. They don't make it. Maybe that may be something we have to commission you to do.
So what got me into the pin game is, you ever hear of the Little League World Series?
Yes, I have.
I literally am a stone throw from the stadium.
Nice.
So I've been here in this area since I was born here. So I've always gone to all the Little League World Series, and their big thing here is pin trading. So over at this one hotel, they literally will rent the whole downstairs and all of those rooms. Yep, there you go. That was, I forget what year that was.
2021.
Okay.
That's what I think about them, I think. That's what it says.
Yes, but we have tables set up. You go in there with your pins and all awesomeness stuff. And I actually gave a pin away a few years ago that I got from there, and it was amazing. It's probably about that big, and it was Stanley in a chair reading bedtime stories, and had all the Marvel characters in baby form crawling all over him. Pretty cool.
That is
But
pretty dope.
the pin trading event here is insane. Like, it's disgusting.
Oh, I believe it. It's like after going to Disney, and
Oh God,
I know, and Bob could testify to this.
I can vouch for this. Yeah, the Disney pin trading game is cutthroat and ruthless.
Between the fakes that they have, and then like I went and I bought I hadn't gone in years, and I went in 2015, and I bought this Wakanda Forever. It's like you could only get it if you stood at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Hmm.
And I was like, ooh, like I went to the gift shop. I was like, what the hell? I flipped the thing around and I saw that, and I was like, this is like dope. I want this. Boom. Then I go to like Hollywood Studios, and I'm like, The Little Mermaid. Oh shit, I love The Little
Oh
Mermaid.
God, yeah.
And it's like they had me hook, line, and sinker. My first con with my wife, I took her and my daughter. We went, and she bought me the exclusives that were a starter kit to the Avengers.
Yep.
So I got the Avengers starter kit, and I love that. And
Yeah.
it's like I can't. And then of course Fig Pin blew up, and I got into Fig Pins, and then I got slightly out of Fig Pin, and then back into it again. So I have pins are something very cool and have stayed near and dear to me. And like that one that you that we got as far as part of your gift that you sent for us to Smitty, I showed my wife that pin, and she's like, that looks awesome. I said, babe, imagine a Chinese dragon and the Cheshire Cat had a baby. That's what that pin looks like. Oh, okay. That is dope. See,
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
That box was meant to be a part of me. The pin was my tattoo. The stickers were my very first stickers ever drawn. and they actually came out pretty cool. And
Yes.
then the postcard was the very first comic book that I did. What else was in the box? Was that
My
it?
plug.
Oh, my patch.
Yeah, the
Woo,
fresh.
that's right.
Yeah.
Your patch.
Everybody else gave me this nickname. I didn't give myself the name DFresh. Everybody else gave me that, so I've just gone with it. So
How
fresh
long
is
have you
the
had that
nickname.
nickname? How long have you had it for?
Mid-20s.
And
Mid-20s.
That's not
for
bad. I've been
those of
Dre
you
since
who
middle
didn't
school.
go to his Instagram and follow and message him. That would be the cover
Beta
he
Ray
did, and I know
Bill.
who he did the cover for.
I love
He
my
was
Beta
in
Ray
the
Bill.
chat earlier.
Folks,
And
folks, I'm
by the
telling
way,
you, you better go
there
in
is
there. He
also a
told
chance
you.
for a chase version of the patch.
Listen, folks, y'all got to get in there. I already told you. I said you're gonna all be behind me. I was the first person, and I already got talked to him about. But y'all gonna get line behind Dre. Come on now, chippity chop. Listen,
I don't want to be greedy like Dre, so I'm gonna let us get in there.
listen. It's not greed. It's appreciation for the art because my daughter, my 12-year-old, is
You can spin it any
extremely.
way you want.
Hey, listen, I am. I'm a dad. I can do that.
And it,
That's part of the fun part about being a parent. We find new ways to spin it. That the shit is still shit, but you gotta find a nice way to make it smell different.
Dre, the loophole dad.
Facts. Why not? My 12-year-old is very artistic, and like she does some great stuff. Like she her school did like like they did these like art festivals, and we bought, or I say my mother-in-law bought some of our artwork that she did in like elementary school and had it professionally framed. So we have a few of her pieces actually dotted around the house because she loves to do stuff like that.
My kiddo just painted this.
Oh,
That's
nice.
sick.
She went to some girl's birthday party, one of her friends' birthday parties, and it was at a pottery thing. She got to pick out whatever piece she wanted. It was like under $30 and paint it however she wanted. She's the only girl that picked a dragon.
I like it.
It's my girl.
Oh, see, that's how I look at it. My girl would have done the same thing too. She would have found the weirdest thing there and been like, "I want this." Why? Because it's different. And she's cool like that. I like that she's unique, and she's starting to like venture into things that like make me more of a very happy geek dad. Like she's starting to get into manga, and like she's been into comic books, but the manga, dipping her toe into manga, like because she met a friend at school. I love it because like now she's like, oh, like I'm reading My Hero. Can you like sure? Yes. I'm into this. I have it. We can read it together. Or you can read it yourself. I don't mind. Like as long as you're into it, I'll support it. Like it's healthy. It's good, and she's into the arts. Like I said, I waited today for an audition. She auditioned for Aladdin play at her school.
Nice.
You know, and my mom
Awesome.
did that for me. My mom, I remember she would work the night shift and come and sit there, wait for me to audition, and I'd come out or would make sure I went there for set design or whatever. So I felt like you got to support that. You got to nurture those creative things because in this generation, it's forgotten.
It is.
They're
Elizabeth.
on their phones.
She is. She's always on her phone. Well, but Elizabeth is she's a cheerleader, but she doesn't do school cheerleading. She does competition cheerleading.
Oh, nice.
And they made it to Worlds and Disney. So in April we have to go to Disney World for cheerleading.
I'll be there at Christmas.
I'd rather do that. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, it's gonna look. Last time I went to Disney World was it was a junior in high school. My Christmas present from my mom was 50-yard line tickets to the Citrus Bowl. I got to go see Peyton Manning play his last football game, college football game against Northwestern.
Nice.
Tennessee Northwestern, yeah. When I was a football fan, yes, that was very dope. I got to be a part of the halftime show. Held up a card over my head. Cat hat, pretty freaking cool. But we also got to go to Universal Studios and Disney World. Well, So did all the cheerleaders that were part of the halftime show that made it there. Oh my goodness,
Oh
dude.
god, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You only can take so much, bro. You only can take
Only,
so
yes.
much.
Oh no, I had a friend of mine that her daughter used to I think she still does. She actively competes for high school here. And she goes to Disney. Her school has always made World. So as a parent, she was like she loves Disney. So eventually at one point she was like, screw it, I'm gonna get season passes. So anytime she's like, you guys have made it every year going to Worlds. So I am not losing out. And if we don't go to Worlds, we'll go to Disney anyway. So either which way, I got a season's pass. We're going. And I was like, that is a great way to look at that. Like, convince my daughter to do the same thing.
I just
was a harder sell.
I want to go this year pretty bad. Like the reason I want to go down is I want to go to Harry Potter World and Star Wars. Like I want to do it so bad, but it's up to the kiddo and what she wants to do.
I'll tell you now that my 12-year-old will be 13 on December 1st. So for this year, I talked to my wife about it. I was like, let's do Disney World. I want to take her to Disney because she's my stepdaughter, but she's my daughter. If you understand what I'm saying, like she's mine.
Yep.
And I said to her, we got to take her to Disney because she likes Star Wars. And the first movie she and I went to was obviously the Last Jedi. So I was like, let's go. She's like, I want to make a lightsaber. She did it then. So I was like, forget about it. Then we were watching a YouTube video and she saw the actual people in Galaxy's Edge building it. And she's like, I have to do this. And I'm like, exactly. And I was like, Bob, just your face. Exactly. My face was like that too.
It's
I was like,
200.
It's $239. They raised the price.
Oh, did they raise the price? Okay.
Yeah.
And they've cheated you out of the cool bag to go with it. Now they just toss it in some like plastic bag.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care much about that, but I care about the experience. So she was like, I said, hey, I told my wife, I said, she's turning 13. What better way to leave your tween years to enter your teen years than to make a freaking lightsaber? Like if my parents did that for me, I could, if back then they had that at 13, hell, I would have been like in love. Would have been like, yes. And you get to run around the park with it. And they're not going to take it away from you. I was like, you know what? So we got it set up. And then my toddler, I was like, we're going to build a droid.
That's what I want to do.
And I had to convince the wife. She's like, she's going to be 2.5. I'm like, they say the droids are for 3-year-olds. She's 2.5. She's like, any loophole I can find, I worked.
Exactly. Dre's geek loophole.
We could coin that. Maybe I should put that as a hashtag, geek loophole, geek dad loophole. Yeah. Always, yes, always and forever, folks. So I guess what's next on the docket for you, Mr. DFresh? What are we going to expect besides you have coming out? Do you have any other new designs that you're currently working on that you may want to whet the palate of Smitty and King Bob and our other viewers?
Well,
I'm evil. I had to stoke the fires. Come on,
I do have one piece that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like a Japanese style mum. Remember those mums that came out that couldn't stand?
Yes.
Okay, Smitty sent me a bunch of those. I'm gonna have to heat them up and smush them so they're gonna be a little bit shorter, or do something with the feet to get them to stand up. But I'm gonna do like an old Japanese style hat and put one of those rags around them that hangs down the front and the back.
Oh, the obi.
Yes, I don't know what it's called, but I guess that's what it is. Okay, thank you.
The what holds up the kimono is an obi. It's the traditional belt. I studied Japanese history. It's like my degree's in Asian history. So I speak Japanese. So like I love Asian culture. Like that's like my shtick. So like I would love to see that. Like when you actually have that, I want to see that.
Damn it! Now I got pressure. All right.
Yes. Show me.
And then I have a local girl. She does fundraisers for. Woo! Sorry, didn't notice that twisted. There's a local girl. She does fundraisers, and she asked me to do another pin for her. I don't charge her anything to do the pins. I do whatever it costs me to make the pins, to send it out, and this and that. That's what she pays, because she's actually doing a fundraiser for, like, the last one she did. It was the Smitty, you got it. It was the dolphin,
Mhm.
and it's a heart with the 2 dolphins. It was for her cousin's kid that needed surgery. They raised the money off of it with the pins, paid for the surgery, I guess. I don't know the whole story. I just know I designed it. They fundraised it.
That's cool though. See, like things like that that's actually cool to know that you like fans that watch this show that do a lot of fundraising, because there are people that I know in the community that do that besides Smitty, and other people actually look to do things like that. Hit him up. I mean, the guy's got a good heart, and you could tell just from the conversation as parents to parent, we care about kids. So obviously he's willing to do that. If you guys want to contact him, hit him up.
Yeah,
You know,
hit me up. The worst I can say is that's too difficult. Let me think about it, or no.
And he's said that to me a couple times, and then come up with amazing.
Like Smitty's like, yo, can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like, no. Let me think about it. You're a dick. No. And like, then shit like that comes up. Like, hey, this is what I came up with. Are you okay with it? 'Cause if not, I'll order another one. I'll start all over, and I'll take this one and throw it in the bin. You know. Like,
you see, that's cool though.
I make a bin, and when the bin gets full, I make a post of all the work for sale, because it's hard to do make a piece, sell it, make a piece, sell it. You never have an inventory. As in, if I do 15 pieces and then post all 15 pieces, then that gives me a little bit of leeway to like actually have room to make more or do customs, because I have an inventory where someone else can see something that I've done, because a lot of the times I don't have any of my own artwork, because as soon as I'm done with it, it's gone to other people's houses.
It's gone to Smitty's.
I love it. So obviously we know where to find you, but where can our fans that are interested in seeing your work, where can they find you at?
DFresh Funko friend on Instagram.
Look at that right there, folks. Hit him up. We will obviously, if you guys saw our message that Smitty put out, you saw that he tagged him. We will all tag him and hit him up. He's a very cool dude. I'm so glad we got you on the show today. I think
Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, no, this is you feel free to come back anytime you want. I gotta tell everybody knows that these toy talks are all about bringing people on, and if you want to come back, come back. We expect that I expect that you're gonna want to come back at some point to be like, hey guys, look at some new artwork. Smitty, look at Smitty's stuff. He funded, a trip to around the world. But in all honesty, I think that I would love to have you come back. But I mean, Smitty, I'm busting your balls, but I love you, brother.
Hey,
if your artwork's that good,
Dougie's gotten a lot of my money this year, but I couldn't be happier about it.
And see, that's at the end of the day what we look for, folks. When you're satisfied, it's not just this thing of where art's supposed to evoke an emotion. It's supposed to evoke a feeling. You see the Mona Lisa, you see, the Sistine Chapel, you see, a Warhol, or you see anything else. It's always supposed to evoke some sort of emotion in us. Same with song, same with a book. If a figure that somebody creates evokes a positive emotion, then then the artist has done their job. And obviously 110% from this guy's perspective and from Smitty Rock, you could definitely say that DFresh has put out evoking positive feelings to all of us, because like I said, my clock is staying here with me, and that's my jam. I love it. And I'm talking about doing some other stuff. And because I saw what your daughter did for you, I'm gonna send you this. It is a dragon, 3D printed, And that way you can give this to her and she can paint it and you can keep it.
Thank
Some
you,
work,
brother.
original artwork for you to have.
Thank you, brother.
No problem, man. I believe that, evoking that positive emotion amongst parents and into our kids is a very big thing. And I know that our friends do that for us. And if we can keep doing that for you, stoking those fires for you, dude, by all means, that's what's going to keep this going.
Oh,
All right.
No, always. Thank you. Thank you again.
All
Thank you
right.
for the love, Schmitty.
Hey, look at that
Oh,
shout out.
yeah.
Look at the shout out right there. Look at that. That's love right there.
Thank you, guys. Seriously.
No problem. So
Thank you
listen,
for
guys.
having me.
No, thank you guys for watching us. Thank DFresh for coming on. From Dre, from Smitty, and King Bob. We love you guys. See you next time on the dungeon. Peace. And we are out.